Ladies and gentlemen,
run up them dicks. I run up the money. All them getting fat. How do they fat? My money they stacking. I'm stacking up chips. I'm stacking up hundreds.
Alright y'all, so I just want to open this video by saying thank you for the 18 subscribers that I already got so far. I really didn't think I was going to get that far, even with just that many. But we're going to keep striving for better. Hopefully we'll go to 100. And from 100 to 1,000. And on from there. And I just want to say thank you to you guys. What's up? Your boy is back with another video. Back with another good old story time. Alright, so I ain't even going to hold you. I'm going to get straight into the story. So this particular day, this was like a regular old day. I had just got off work, so I was on my way home. I had got home, was chilling with my sister, chilling at home, had to go take my shower, all that good jazz and all that good stuff. Had to go do that, handle that. It was on one of those days that me and her just felt like being adventurous. So she was bored, I was bored, we had nothing else to do. So me and her, usually what we do is if we don't have anything to do, we'll just take a stroll downtown and we'll just walk downtown, just be talking, just, you know, getting some stuff off our chest, just doing a whole lot of exhaling, trying to just breathe, just going down there for the great scenery, because there's a whole lot of good things down there. I mean, if you've never been downtown, I promise you there's a little thing that you might want to do when, you know, once they open it back up, of course. But that's a good little date or something for you to do. But this particular day, we decided to go at night, because usually what we do is our time to go is nighttime, because it's a better view of the city and the river. So what we do is we chose to go at night this particular day. So we was bored. It was kind of cool, kind of not. It was in between. It was one of those warm nights. She finally got dressed, and when we figured out what we was gonna do, so we said, hey, we're gonna go downtown. We're gonna just do our usual, but we just chill down on the river this particular night. We lived in South Memphis at the time, so it really didn't take us that long to get to where we were trying to go. So went around the corner, you know, did the loop-de-loop. We ended up at the spot. We had us a whole lot of different little spots downtown, so that connected with each other. So what we usually do is we just walk downtown and just hit on our different little spots, or till we get tired or get bored, and then we just go back home. Our routines that we feel like doing this particular night. Got downtown, we hit up our first spot, which was this little over the city type, not close, it wasn't down on the river, it was more back towards the big gigantic houses that be on the river. It was up in that area first. So it was at the top of, just pretty much say the top of the riverbank. It was up there. So we was walking along, it's a big little river, it's like multiple river walks up there. But we was on the second part, and this is the river. So we was up here on the top part, walking up on this top part, walking down, looking over. So we was doing that, and we walked across a couple of bridges from there, you know, looked at a couple of things, just talked and chilled. And then she was like, well, this is one of those nights we felt like being adventurous. Well, she started feeling adventurous, and then it just led to me being adventurous too, because I really didn't feel like, you know, doing anything this particular night. I just felt like doing our usual, which is I just walk and talk and, you know, crack a joke or two. But she was like, hey, let's like kind of switch it up this time. So I was like, okay, what do you feel like doing? So she was like, let's go down a little bit further. So we ended up going down these, like, I kind of say like, gotta be 100 flight of steps to get back down to the river. So we went down the steps, and now we're on, like, actually on the river part, walking on that part. So we was walking down there, and then we walked past a couple of scooters. And it was like, mind you now, I'm afraid of scooters. We're gonna get into why later on down in the story. I'm afraid to death of scooters. Like, I'm never gonna touch one. I'm never gonna see one ever again in life. Ever again in life. Due to this. So, we got down there, and then we just walk around talking. And then we walk past these little, you know, because downtown usually groups all their little, like, bikes. They group their bikes and scooters and whatnot. They have a little place to park. It's a person, because we actually seen him. There's a person that actually comes and collects them and like move them to different destinations. So this particular night, it was a different set down there because there's so much that we already know like what's usually down there. So we had the white regular scooter, which they call the Bird, and this other red new looking scooter. Now, I rode the Bird before. It wasn't all that, it wasn't all that fun or whatnot. It didn't really go that fast. So we rode around on that one first. I did my little, 1, 2, 1, 2. It was cool, but it was fun. But he came and collected those, so we had to get off of that one and get him those scooters. So by this time, we was chilling, walking around again, doing our another little do-jizz, walking around again. So then she was like, well, let's try out the new scooter since, ain't nothing else to do. So I said, why not? Ain't nothing else to do. I don't want to be lame, so I tried it out. So this new little scooter here came with some new instructions. So you had to link your phone to it some particular way. I don't know. I can't even remember. But I know you have to link your phone to the scooter, and that's how it takes off. Like, that's how it lets you ride it. But now this particular scooter goes a little bit faster than the Bird. So this scooter was like on a whole nother level. It wasn't even like, you could sit down on it if you wanted to, or you had the option like to move the seat and just stand up on it. Like the same way that you rode the Bird, you could ride this red looking scooter. And they call that, for some reason, I think they changed the name of it now, but it was called Boat back when we was riding. So we was riding Boat. This particular night, I don't understand for the life of me, like, why nobody else was downtown just until the night. It was just us, me and her, nobody else. So I was like, okay, that was strike one. That was strike one out of everything. That was God trying to tell me then. But I said, I ain't gonna listen. So we loaded up our little scooters, we got them all set and whatnot, and we was riding around cruising. Now, if anybody's from Memphis, or if you don't know what I'm talking about, I'm gonna post a little map of it somewhere up in here so you can understand and kind of see where I'm going and what I'm talking about. But it's a little, I'm kind of say it's a little, to me it's like a racetrack, the way they built the downtown tracks and setup of downtown. But there's sidewalks, the pavement. It's a sidewalk, but it's pretty much pavement. But it goes for a long little stretch. So it's pretty wide. You and other people to walk and, do whatever y'all got to do while y'all downtown. Because you can work out and you can just do what you want to do. So we had the whole thing, pretty much the whole Riverwalk to ourselves. So me and her, we racing and whatnot. Now she said, and I'll quote you not, she said, don't go too fast because I'm scared to ride this scooter. And I was like, me, I done pretty much got over my fear of riding a scooter because I rode the Bird. And I was like, okay, well, the Bird can't be no better than this red Boat. So I'm like, okay, I should be straight because I done, faced my fears, I done did it. I should be good. So I'm like, I'm feeling all good. I'm feeling all excited. So now I'm just on my little scooter just hitting 50, 60, going 60, 65 miles per hour. She's still behind me doing a good 45. So she's still doing a speed limit pretty much. And I'm over here speeding. I done left her. So of course, me, I'm doing my donuts and whatnot. I'm turning around, going back to get her. Now I'm feeling myself. I'm feeling real good because, I can do things that I never did before. So of course, we was like, okay, let's go to our second little spot. So now, since we got some wheels, we don't have to walk. So of course it's gonna be a little quicker for us to get to where we got to go, and we can just go hit all our spots that we usually going to. So this was like our third particular spot. On back up, back closer to the old bridge, back a little bit further. So it's a long stretch, a long pavement, long little walk from the hill all the way up until this little bracket platform part. Is where we was trying to. Okay, so as you can see, this right here, this little platform right here, that was the end goal where we were supposed to end up. We were supposed to go around this little loop right here. We got some steps on it, but we were supposed to go around this little loop. And you'll end up at the top on this little platform. just our little private little section that none of them know about. So we'll end up right here, and you can see a good view of the river. Get to. So we was riding scooters all the way up to that, up there, to that point. So by this time, I done gunned it. I done left her. She felt a little bit more confident. So now she done hit 65. So now she up behind me, and I'm hitting 80, 85, 90. So at this time, I'm flying down this river walk, just I'm doing all that. I slowed down a little bit, got up there, you know. And then the thing is, what they don't tell you is the wheels that they put on those things are not sustainable wheels. So if you hit any type of crease, any type of crevice, or any type of small rock or small object, it's gonna throw you off. It's not only gonna throw you off, it's gonna hurt you. It's literally gonna fall on top of you or anything. So beware of that. Be very mindful of this scooter, because this scooter is gonna be the whole story. Don't forget about this scooter. So I'm flying. I done flew down a little stretch. Get over there halfway to the back. Something told me again, slow down. But me, not listening. I said, what I gotta slow down? You know, I'm having the time of my life. We done reached the platform. We done got back there where the platform was. We stopped, slowed down, took a break, you know, just to, you know, get all the adrenaline down. He was like, hey, you know, we doing something we ain't never did before. We always wanted to do this. We always seen these scooters down here. Ain't nobody ever touched these scooters. We the first ones to be touching these brand new scooters. Like, this is something amazing. Like, this is lit. This is in right now. So I'm like, okay, cool, you know, you ready to go? She's like, you ready to go? I'm like, yeah, nigga, I'm ready to go. Let's go. So I'm like, okay, get back on the scooters. By this time, now we finna hit the real back part. Because we done already been to the spot, because the spot was the platform. So now we're finna get further on back, closer to the new bridge. So this is a little stretch further on back. It's a sidewalk that goes from all the way what was all the way down there is now going on. Just think back, because it went from all the way down there where their little hill is, and comes all the way up through here. So we was doing about a good 100 miles per hour, coming all the way back that way. Downtown has a lot of parts and a lot of little extra nicks and crannies that they merged together. So by that time, we just be exploring all of it. So we was going on to the back of it. Now, mind you, now I walked this path a billion times with this girl, and little did I know that this pathway had a swerve in it.
Really, nigga?
So, me thinking that, okay, you know, I walked this pathway before, I know how to do this, like, you know, it ain't nothing to it. My dumb ass decides to get back on this scooter.
Bruh.
Knowing damn well we coming up on this swerve. So she took the smart route and was like, hey, she was telling me to slow down. She was like, I got back on the scooter, she told me to slow down, don't go that fast, because, you know, so-and-so, the swerve is coming up. And I was like, you know, I got this. We got this. Like, that swerve ain't nothing. Like, that swerve ain't got nothing on me. Man, so I'm telling you, I got back on the scooter. I gunned it. I hit it. I sat up there. I had to get my whole burn out and everything. Got up to like 95 because it had a speedometer on it. Got up to 95. I'm flying. Like, I feel the air. I feel the wind. Feel the bugs hitting my skin and everything. And it's just excitement. Like, exciting to me for some reason, because it's something I ain't never did before. So I'm flying. I get back there right where that curve, that swerve is, and I missed it.
Oh my God!
And I'm gonna tell you how I missed it. So the curve caught me, sent me over the rail. Was coming up on the curve. I turned and hit the bend. I got most of the bend, but I didn't clear it. I missed it by an inch, and I'm gonna tell you how I missed it. Because like I just said, those wheels are not real sustainable wheels that they put on those scooters. It's like those are like wheels that come on a remote control car to me. It's a crevice down in the pavement that wasn't like real clear. It's like how you roll over a speed bump in a regular car. If you're in a regular car and you go over a speed bump, you know it's gonna make that doof. That's what it did to me. Over there going through that real pavement part. Because it was something that knew that they paved, but they didn't smooth it out. They just put it there. First, that messed me up and that threw me off balance. Once I hit that, I was through. It was over. There's a crease in the ground. Everybody knows that little crease I'm talking about. There's like sections. They had a section off the concrete, that crease that they put in there. Like, you know, step on a crack, break my mom's back, that type of crease. So I hit that and it wasn't smooth. So that knocked me off my balance. So of course the wheel, the whole, you know, because if you're driving a scooter, the front of the wheel goes wherever way you point it to, and the back wheel is just the back wheel. So I hit the crease, and then the wheel went that way, and the back wheel sent me forward. So by this time, I had hit the rail, this whole rail that was in front of me. I hit that rail. It threw me off. Me not never letting go of the scooter sent me over the rail with the whole entire scooter. I never let go of the scooter, so once me and the scooter went over, I eventually let go of it, and the scooter went flying into the river, pretty much. I was still able to go get it, but it flew into the river. So that went over there, and then I landed in the grass. My head smacked the concrete.
Then my head hit the wall. Boom.
The grass and the dirt. So by this time, I'm sitting over there twisted up, all in the grass, like this arm back here, this arm over here, all that. I closed my eyes. Once my front wheel turned and went that way, I did nothing but close my eyes because I knew I was gonna die. I just knew and I felt in my soul that was it. Like I was just gonna die. And I wasn't gonna see another day, wasn't gonna see another light, nothing. I just knew I was gonna go see Jesus that day and that night at that particular time. And I was just like, dang, I didn't even get a chance to repent. Because I just knew I was gonna die. I knew I was dead, y'all. I promise you. When that scooter hit that one little look, and it hit that look, and I said, oh. That's all I was able to do was say, oh. Imagine your head smacking the concrete, the ground, and then the dirt. Of course, naturally, I thought I was dead. I just knew I wasn't gonna see nothing else. So, as funny as it sounds, it was really scary. As funny as it sounds now, because of course I was just like a gangster. Because my sister, and all I can hear while I'm laying on the ground is my sister pulling up on her scooter, just, oh my God, are you okay? Just screaming my name, and she was just screaming, just holding on to the rail, just screaming, just standing there, screaming and hollering. And I never did once. And I opened my eyes until she came over the rail and was shaking me, still calling my name. And then once I finally just decided, I said, okay, I'm still alive. Yeah, I'm still alive. I was just like, okay, I'm gonna open my eyes now. So once I opened them, then she stopped crying and stopped freaking out. And she was like, I told you not to go that fast. I told you to slow down. And I was like, at this point, I'm embarrassed. I damn near just peed on myself. And just shit it and a whole bunch of more things. But I had one thing in mind. Get up off the ground. Go get that scooter. So guess what I did? I got my ass up off that concrete, off that ground, off that dirt, out of that grass, went and got my scooter, and went again, and kept right on going. Of course, arms, everything, knees, kneecaps, butt, legs, and everything, scraped, bleeding, and everything else. And she's still screaming my name, telling me to slow down. I didn't. I got right back on that moped and went right on back down Riverside Drive, doing 95 per hour, wanting to cry all in my mind because I was hurt. I think most of what was hurt was my pride and my emotions, because I couldn't believe that actually happened to me. And I was just like, why didn't you listen? Like, had you just listened, you would not be hurt right now. Like, you would literally still be fine. I just knew I broke something in my body. Something in my body said, you're going to the hospital tonight. How we all black, how all black people do. When we mess up and do stuff, we don't ever go to the hospital like we should. And I didn't. I went right on to my grandma's house and I just let her doctor up on me. And of course, she didn't do anything but laugh because she just thought it was so hilarious. She thought it was so hilarious that the fact that I was hurt and her telling the story, but I was so hurt. I was even more hurt because she was laughing at me. But my whole entire body, like when I got home, took a shower, laid down in bed, everything was just sore. So I couldn't even go to work the next day because I just was so hurt. But the moral of this story is, when you see a scooter downtown, make sure you don't do 95 per hour. Make sure you don't touch it, because you don't want to be like me. And if you do touch it, wear your helmet, your knee pads, and your arm brace, all that. I was just looking for some brave mama to come tell me. I said, wow. Okay, so now I see why those mamas back in the day would always tell them kids, make sure you got a helmet on, you got your knee pads and your arm pads on, because I was messed up, y'all. I real deal broke something and didn't go to the hospital. Not once. But that's all for the story time for today. And I'll see you guys next time. Peace.